Hi guys, it's April, and there are over 5,000 of you right now, and I don't even know how we got here, but I am super excited that each and every one of you exists because you're all amazing, and in honor of that, I wanted to do an assumption video and a little giveaway. I will have all the information about the giveaway at the end, so stick around for that because $50 to Amazon is kind of a big deal, just a little bit. But I was also curious, since there are so many of you, what you guys assume about me. So I put out a call on Twitter and on YouTube and on Instagram just to get some of your guys' assumption, and oh boy, are there some assumptions. So I am not going to beat around the bush. I'm just going to dive right into all of the stuff that you sent at my face because these things need to be addressed, and I guess I just want to talk about myself. That sounds a little self-centered, but I do have my own YouTube channel, so maybe it's a little bit of a given. The first assumption, just to throw out there, is the assumption that I am an art nerd. And this is very much true because I do have an art degree. I went to school for graphic design. I started my career as a graphic designer, so I have a little bit of that backstory to me. So I like to think of myself as an art nerd. I have all kinds of art supplies all over the place. I love to be crafty. And I get that from my mom. She was always a doer. She was always crocheting and making things, and I think I just observed her always doing that and therefore took all of that in. My family doesn't really know where the artistic side of me comes from because I went a little overboard with the artsy-fartsy stuff because most of my family are programmers and scientists, which I do have that as well. I am a computer scientist, and I think graphic design and computer science just marry really, really well together, and I have no idea where this whole topic is going because ramble. The next assumption is that I enjoy being productive, and this is so stinking true. I commonly say I have a type A personality, which I use as humor, but in reality it is very, very true. I have to accomplish something to feel like my day was worth it. So there are times where this can get me in trouble because I just need to sit down and relax and maybe just chill, but I see the dirty dishes, I think of a project that I need to do, and so I just kind of spirals, and yeah, it can sometimes be a bad thing. But at the same time, it is a very good thing because you get a lot accomplished, right? And of course, this need to feel productive also leads me to some awkward social situations as well because I feel like I need to be doing something when I am somewhere. I feel like I need to be helpful, or if I've got people over at the house, I go into full-on host mode. I am constantly getting up and down like, do you need a drink? Do you need food? Do you need me to get a blanket? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? And it drives people nuts sometimes because they're like, just sit down, stop. But I feel like I have to do something. I can't just not do anything, which is probably why I bring a book with me everywhere because then I feel like I can be productive that way, but quietly? That's a thing, right? And then there's the assumption that I like to read different genres, which is so very, very true. There are certain genres that I am drawn to, like the retellings and the sci-fi and the fantasy and that kind of thing, but I do find myself all over the board. I won't limit myself. You can just look at my bookshelves. I've got contemporary sitting right next to nonfiction, which is right next to my sci-fi, which is right next to my fantasy, which YA, middle grade, and adult books all intermingled. Yeah, I'm all over the place, and I am okay with that because I like to broaden my mind. I just sound so foo-foo-y. So foo-foo-y. Oh, and then there's the assumption that I like casseroles, which is true. I do like casseroles. I mean, I have to figure out how to expand my joy of casseroles while still being dairy-free since I am now currently dairy-free, and it's just, my casserole game is just suffering because of it. But if you know of any dairy-free casseroles that I should try, down below. Because yes, I need casseroles in my life. And then a lot of you guys started talking about my animals in your assumptions, and one of them that I got multiple different times is the fact that I have allergies, which is why I have hairless animals, which is true and not true at the same time. So I first got all of the cats because I could only have cats in the apartment, but I was allergic to cats. So we went with the hairless cats. It worked out really, really well. And then I got the house and things just kind of exploded from there. I wanted to try skinny pigs because I do have a very severe rodent allergy as well. And I was hoping that that would mitigate it. Unfortunately, it hasn't. I am still highly allergic to the guinea pigs, but they're mine and I'm keeping them forever. The dogs. The dogs, however, I don't really have dog allergies except for certain breeds like the Huskies and the Chows. The dogs are for aesthetic reasons. I just wanted a whole hairless family because then I don't have to worry about vacuuming all the time. So I did specifically look to rescue the Mexican hairless breed or the Chinese crested breed, and that is how the hellhounds happened. Yes, a little bit is for aesthetic reasons and a little bit is for allergy reasons, and I love every single one of them. Me and my naked zoo. The next assumption is that I took art in high school, which surprisingly is not true. I didn't take any art classes in high school because of how we moved between my middle school years and my high school years. Art classes kind of got dropped because I was doing a little bit of catch up over here at the same time getting really AP classed the heck out of my high school career. So art really wasn't a thing that I did in high school. I did a ton of it in middle school. It was one of my favorite classes. I just didn't have the time in high school, which looking back is kind of weird since I turned around and I did an art degree for college, even though I didn't take any art classes. Wow, never really thought about that one before. There is also the assumption that I like being short. I do quite enjoy being short because that means I can buy leggings like these from the little girls department. I can wear little tiny shoes. My clothes are all from the girls section because I like them. They're colorful and vibrant and they're cheaper. So yes, I do like being short. Plus, it means I get to wear high heels and never dwarf my husband. I enjoy being short. There's also the assumption that I don't have a favorite color. I like all of the colors, which I do like a majority of the colors. I'm mainly geared towards the vibrant, very saturated colors, but I do have a favorite color and it is pink. If none of you guys have guessed that yet, pink is one of my all-time favorite colors, closely followed by teal and cyan. I like to live in that wheelhouse right there because they're pretty. There's also the assumption that I am a smiler, which is true. I smile when I'm nervous. I smile when I'm happy. I smile when I want to get out of awkward situations. I don't know, maybe that is why God gave me dimples. It's because he knew I was going to be smiling a lot. I don't know why I just got really high pitched in my voice. Hi, why? Okay, thank you, dog. That was violent. You can sit next to me. There's also the assumption out there that I like all of the seasons. It's just that this winter won't end, which actually isn't true. There are two seasons that I truly enjoy, and that is fall and spring. Summer is always too hot for me. In winter, I hate driving. In winter, I hate shoveling. This is why I married my husband, so that he can drive and shovel. How do I continue these transitions without sounding really, really repetitive? I don't know. There was also the assumption that my pets are my life, which, yes, that is true. I don't know if I really need to expand upon that. My Instagram is totally filled with animal pictures, completely. I like them. I like them a lot. It makes my heart warm to hear this, but the assumption is that I am an amazingly creative soul. I am fiercely loyal and tenderhearted. That is what I strive for. I don't know if I can necessarily say that I am or I'm not because I know what's in my head. I don't necessarily know what's being projected. The only thing that loyal, yes, for sure. If you are part of my family, part of my intimate group, then yes, you have me for life. You're stuck with me. Tender-hearted, I think some people would argue with you because I'm also one of those people who will tell you to just walk it off, and it drives a lot of my friends crazy. So yes, there's a little bit of the tender-heartedness there, but there's also a very, how do I say this, tough love nature that I take on because feelings. I don't do feelings very well. Let's just put that out there. And this assumption has kind of been grouped into a lot of the other assumptions, and that is that I really love animals, I'm a kind person, and a good friend to people around me. Like I said, I love animals. That is why I keep on rescuing them and taking them into my home and working at the Humane Society because I don't know if you guys can hear this right now. Playing the dog bongo. Yes, I love animals. I'd like to think that I am kind. That is what I strive for. And if you're my friend, you will always be my friend. Like I said, once you are in my intimate group, it is really hard for you to get out of it. And of course, there is the assumption that I like fairy tale retellings. I don't know where that assumption came from. I mean, no peeking at the bookcase behind me. I very much like fairy tale retellings. It's one of the reasons I really got into reading in the first place is because of fairy tales and fairy tale retellings. So they always have a near and dear place in my heart because I love them so much. And then there's the assumption that I am awesome to hang out with, which can be true and it might not be true. I guess it just depends on where we're hanging out and how comfortable I am around you, because I am one of those very socially awkward people when you get me out into public. Sometimes I am the shadow on the wall that's like, nobody see me, nobody touch me, nobody talk to me. If there are more than 5 people in this room, I'm probably gonna lose it, because there are times where I'm just really antisocial about that. But then there are times, especially when I'm around family and friends, where people want me to shut up because this, which is probably why I enjoy filming myself so much. Wow. And now we're going to bring my husband into the assumptions, and that is the assumption that me and my husband like to play intricate board games. Yes, this is true. What was it? New Year's Eve that we played the Reckoners board game, and we have a couple of friends who really like the board game genre. Is it a genre? Board game scene? I don't know how you say that. Wow, I'm totally making myself look cool right now. But I do have some friends who really enjoy board games, and I enjoy playing board games, so yes. I'm gonna go with yes on that. This next assumption makes me giggle because this is so not me, and that is the assumption that I plan out my videos. And most of the time, I have a list of ideas, and I decide that day which idea I'm going to film, and then I just sit down and start rambling and babbling, and whatever happens, happens, just because it's a zoo at my house. I will take what time I can get to just sit down and plow through a video and edit and upload, because I enjoy doing these, but I find I enjoy my videos when I just, whatever is in my head, whatever is in my heart, just let it out on video. I know the general topic and I go from there. And then the assumption that I wear socks to bed. I don't know where this one came from, but it makes me smile because no, I hate socks. Socks are my enemy. If you want to find my natural kryptonite, it is socks. I hate socks. I know that is a very strong word, but most of the time, I'm wearing heels, so I don't have to wear socks. It's mainly in the wintertime when I'm wearing boots that I have to wear socks, and as soon as I get home, all of that comes off. I hate wearing socks or shoes in the house. I'm always barefoot. It's just, I like my little toesies. This video's getting really awkward, but yes, I like my little toesies. My toesies just hang out. They just do whatever they want to do. I just find socks too confining, which is really funny with how much I like shoes. I don't know if it really makes sense, but yes, me and socks are a no-go. And then the next assumption is that I work in tech, UX, design, and product development, which is all true. I am currently a user experience developer. I help design software, and I go to customers and I test out the software and I redesign software, and it's just this real big cyclical cycle. It's a thing that I do and I really enjoy it. Once upon a time, I used to actually code set interfaces that I designed, but right now I'm pretty much just designing and talking to customers, which is kind of weird since I really don't like talking to people. I have made some interesting life choices. Blah, 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 blah. Out with and to work with. To work with. And then there is the assumption that I am a fun person to hang out with and to work with. I think I already covered the hangout part and work with. I can see that because my desk is a colorful rainbow of post-it notes and Funko Pops and everything else, and I think I'm cool, which probably means I'm not. So those are all of your assumptions about me that I am aware of. If more of them come in, I'll probably address them on various social media platforms. But that means I now get to talk about a giveaway because you guys are awesome and amazing and I want to give back to you guys. So I'm like, what could I do for 5,000 subscribers? $50 to Amazon? Okay. Now, there are only a couple of prerequisites that I have for this giveaway, and the first one is that you are subscribed to my channel, and the second one is that you live in a country in which you have access to Amazon. I have a Rapplecopter link down below for you to go and put out entries, and you can enter every single day and get some more entries. Do it however you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. All the information is down below. I will announce the winner on the 13th of April because I really like that date. Have I mentioned I like the number 13 a lot? But yes, I will announce the winner on April 13th. I will post it on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course here I will have a post announcing who the winner is, and then I will get in contact with that person and we'll figure out how to get you your $50 to Amazon. All of the information is down below. Leave me a comment on what's your favorite piece of, I was gonna say potato, but that really doesn't make sense as a question. Tell me down below what you would do with $50 to Amazon. How would you spend it? What would you do? Tell me down below, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.